Hi everyone, I'm John Pawlak. Welcome back to Eye on Harness Racing. This week we'll take a look at a special night at Yonkers Raceway, give you important information about our upcoming broadcast schedule, and introduce our new sponsor, Trackmaster, and get some handicapping insight from them. But to lead things off, we'll take a look at the Breeders' Crown. 9 fields went postward this past Friday and Saturday in eliminations for 5 different Breeders' Crown divisions. On Friday, Poof She's Gone, a daughter of Cadabra, got things off to a rousing start by winning her division of the 2-year-old filly trot. In rein to David Miller, she grabbed the lead soon after the half-mile pole and won in 1:55.4, faster than the winner of the other elimination, Christina Hanover, who scored in 1:57.
Poof She's Gone at the inside. Outside is Spicy Wings, only to her flank. Poof She's Gone and David Miller in tonight's first Breeders' Crown elimination, winning it by 3/4 of a length.
Got away from the gate about where I wanted to, and they were going pretty slow practice, so I moved her back. And she was very strong through the stretch.
Also on Friday, in one of 2 divisions of the 2-year-old colt trot, Lucky Chucky set a divisional track record. The son of Winsong's Legacy dominated in 1:55.1, a full 1 second faster than the winner of the other elimination, Pilgrim's Taj, and then drew post position 4 for the final.
Lucky Chucky trots away now for Campbell. He's clear by 3 lengths. Then back in second, Temple of Doom. And coming on third on the outside in deep stretch, this is Magic Fruit, the first Breeders' Crown elimination for the 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings. And it was all Lucky Chucky.
I was very happy with his race. He was on the bit a little bit more than I would have liked. He had a problem with that earlier in the year, and he'd settled down. And tonight he reverted back to just being a little over anxious. But there was nothing wrong with his race. He was very strong at the wire, and I look for him to be just as good next week.
There was only one elimination for the 3-year-old colt pace this past Saturday. Well Said and Vintage Master had been given byes, which meant a fresh Mr. Wiggles, a son of Badlands Hanover, driven by Corey Callahan, had a chance to shine, and shine he did in 1:50.2.
Mr. Wiggles takes over and drives off by 2. The Crown elimination to Mr. Wiggles.
I always thought he was better off of a helmet, but it was just a matter of, actually getting to the right spot, and tonight we were in the right spot. I guess the last time that I was in a spot where I could really race Well Said and Vintage Master was the Adios, and, I finished a good second, followed Well Said, put him away, and Vintage Master caught me late, so I'm looking forward to getting to race, those 2 horses again.
A big crowd descended on Yonkers Raceway this past Saturday night for the Fall Harvest Festival. The night featured 8 $50,000 races for New York breds, but more than that, it was a showcase for all that's good about autumn in New York State. It was a family affair offering such diverse attractions as face painting, miniature horse rides, a chance to meet a standardbred, and horseshoes and nails from a blacksmith. There was live music and displays of New York's major agricultural producers, including Standardbred Farms, the New York Sire Stakes, the Hall of Fame, and wine and farm producers. As an added attraction, 9 members of the New York Assembly and Senate who were instrumental in the passage of the VLT law in New York took part in exhibition races prior to the betting card. Among the drivers was Gary Pretlow, who chairs the Assembly's Committee on Racing and Wagering, who told us that video lottery terminals at the state's tracks have spurred interest in racing and breeding in the state.
Mr. Soggy and Assemblyman Gary Pretlow opening up, and it's going to be Mr. Soggy in the legislative challenge from Bliss and Vinegar.
With the advent of VLTs, there has been a lot of additional monies to be divided among the breeders. So the farms that were thinking about doing other things, farming corn rather than raising horses, are now back to raising horses. And as far as I can see from my vantage point, everything has been going very well.
We'll have more coverage of the Fall Harvest Festival on our YouTube site, youtube.com/US Trotting. We'd like to welcome a new sponsor to Eye on Harness Racing, Trackmaster. For the past decade, Trackmaster has been the USTA's partner in distributing handicapping products to fans around the world. It offers past performances, selections, and handicapping products, all designed to help you pick winners. Exclusive to Ion Harness Racing viewers, Trackmaster will provide each week an interesting statistic to see what it might reveal about racing and winning. One great feature found in every Trackmaster past performance line is the speed rating. Here are the ratings for what will likely be the top 3 colts in the Breeders' Crown 3-year-old colt pace. Well, Said's win in the Jug gave him an eye-catching 102 rating, but notice that the other contenders, Mr. Wiggles and Vintage Master, earned better ratings in their most recent races than they did the week before, showing that they may be improving going into the Breeders' Crown. Speed ratings, recognized as official by the USTA, are a feature of all Trackmaster past performances. At Trackmaster, it's all about winning. Powerful handicapping products built on official USTA data help you be the best horse player you can be. And free services such as StatsMaster and the Virtual Stable also put the odds in your favor. The winning starts at Trackmaster.com. As we mentioned earlier, this coming Saturday night will be the biggest night of racing this year. The Breeders' Crown Finals for 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers will be raced at Woodbine in Toronto. We, of course, will be on top of everything. We've established this special Breeders' Crown website that will feature stories about the major contenders and free Trackmaster programs as soon as they become available. We'll also have our Ion Harness Racing cameras at Woodbine, and we'll post exclusive videos on Breeders' Crown night at UStrotting.com. Make sure to visit UStrotting.com, follow the link to the Breeders' Crown site, and bookmark it to make sure you are up to date on everything Breeders' Crown. Speaking of the crown, it almost always does come down to the Breeders' Crown. Our viewer question last week, I think, was a bit tricky. We noted that Glidemaster and Donato Hanover had not won a Breeders' Crown, but had been named Horses of the Year, and wanted to know who, before them, was the last to win both the crown and a Horse of the Year title. Kaiman Rolofsky of Gibsonia, Pennsylvania knew it wasn't a long streak, and it was Rock and Roll Hanover who last wore both crowns. This week's question is simpler. Who was the last horse to win Horse of the Year honors without racing in a Breeders' Crown to which he or she would have been eligible in that same year? Send your answer along with your name and address in an email to i@ustrotting.com. We'll pick a winner from among the correct entries submitted not later than midnight this coming Saturday. In return, our winner will receive a copy of 100 Years in Harness. Finally, with the end of the major stakes season upon us, Ion Harness Racing will go into hiatus for the winter months. Our last show of 2009 will be on November 10th. We'll be back with more weekly shows next May. In the interim, we will bring you Ion Harness Racing special reports, including coverage of the Horse of the Year announcement, the USTA annual meeting, and whatever important story pops up between then and next May. That's it for this week. Next week, of course, we'll put our Ion Harness Racing on the Breeders' Crown Finals and all the important stories happening in harness racing this coming week. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. Send them to UStrotting.com. I'm John Pawlak on behalf of everyone here at Ion Harness Racing. Thanks for watching.